Steve, look! I got a Powkiddy device, not an Anbernic device. This is the Powkiddy RGB 20 Pro. That's a mouthful. Look at how cool this thing is. So we're going to check it out. Do you like this, Steve?
Is it made out of spare Death Star parts?
Okay, here we go. Here's a quick unboxing. There is a tiny manual that if you want to go through it, cool. Really nothing in the box except for the manual and a standard cable, USB-A to USB-C. Ta-da! Oh, that looks so nice. That looks so nice. Wow. Okay, I see what the hype is all about. I really do. Oh, wait a second. Where's the SD card? Okay. I had a tiny panic. I looked over and there was no card in here. It was actually in the bigger box because I got another handheld if you saw any of my posts. Anyway, moving on. This is awesome. This looks really cool and it's very unique. This is very unique. I know that we as reviewers kind of make a little joke about all of these handhelds coming out. It's kind of refreshing when you see something a little bit different than the same old thing where it's just kind of a brick style or it's a horizontal brick. This is nice. This is very nice. I opted for the blue. I almost went with the green. There's all sorts of different colors and I think all the different colors are really cool. I actually had a little bit of trouble figuring out which one I wanted to get. I almost picked green, but that's okay. I picked blue. My son actually helped me pick and he's like, you should get blue. I think he wants this, but that's beside the point. So anyway, we have two analog sticks on the front. We have a normal D-pad. The D-pad is actually a little concave, if I can show you, in the middle. It kind of slopes down into the center. I don't think that's going to be a huge issue. It's a very chunky D-pad, so that's kind of nice. The buttons are big. They don't look like they go flush to the board, to the device. We have a front-facing speaker. I mean, it's hitting all the cool things. The screen's going to be a little goofy, but again, it's the form factor. On the back, we have our shoulder buttons. They're not terribly clicky. They're more thunky, kind of a dull thunk. On the side, the OS card goes in here and power button, reset button. On the other side, here's where your games card will go. And on the bottom, we have a headset jack, which is neat. On the top is a mini HDMI. So we have the charging port is right here, and this is the OTG port right here. So you can actually see that they are labeled on the back. The plastic on it is a little bit of a matte finish. It's not really glossy. It might feel a little slightly slick. It's not nearly as slick as the plastic on the front. Look at that. That's neat. That is neat. Volume up, which is on the right, and volume down, which is always strange, but whatever. A couple LED lights. Maybe that's an LED light. Now, in this video, this is just going to be kind of a first impressions. I am going to do a couple different videos on this just because it's a cool device. I'm actually going to do a little bit of a comparison in the next video with Powkiddy's the RGB 20SX. And this is running Arc OS. Now the aspect ratio of this is just goofy. The screen is 3.2 inches. It's IPS, it's fully laminated. I did want to say a big shout out and thank you to Lit NXT for sending me this device. They did not see this video beforehand. No money was exchanged and all opinions are my own. So thank you very much, Lit NXT. Definitely check out their link in the description below. I will show that. Right now at the time of this video, there are a few extra codes in there. I will definitely throw in my code, which is RFT10, that you're more than welcome to use, but you probably want to use the codes if they're still there because this is right around Black Friday. Definitely use the codes if they're still up because they'll give you more percentage off of your purchase. But Lit NXT has free global shipping to anywhere except for Mars. So definitely check them out. This is at the top of the budget devices for the price that it's going for. It's more, this is the form factor. You're going for this form factor. It's got kind of an old school, almost, a cyberpunky Game Boy aesthetic going on here, which is, I can totally get behind. As soon as they launched it, I was like, that's weird and cool all at the same time. Okay, so holding it, even my hands, which are smaller, you're definitely going to be crossing your hands in the back, which is fine. So just get used to that. That's nice. Front facing speakers are always very, very nice to have. So these start and select are very loud. So as long as you're not going to be jamming on those, I think it'll be fine. The D-pad is okay. It kind of feels a little. It almost feels like it's bottoming out, but I don't think that it is, just because of that concaveness. But I think it's going to be okay. It's just taking a little getting used to. You could use, the joysticks on the front, which is a weird move. I'm sure people are going to try to mod this to make it look like, they could probably put caps in there. And I could see that totally happening because for what you're going to be playing on here, you don't really need the joysticks. Plus, they're so flush with the case. You can see that if I can get a good angle, my camera's being goofy. You can see, I mean, they don't stick out very much. They're just about the height of the D-pad and the buttons, just maybe a tiny bit bigger. Kind of feels right at home with Game Boy Color. Game Boy Advance looks like it fills out the screen, so that's kind of nice. I really like the front-facing speaker. This thing is loud and nice for once. I think it's nice to have this extra chin on here where, versus some of the shorter devices like the Powkiddy V10 where it like just there was it's just a tiny bit on there. I think that a lot of you out there might enjoy this. So, it's nice. Personally, I would like a bigger screen, but I get what they're going with. I think my only thing is just, with the bezels, there isn't a whole lot. I get why they did it because they have to use a little bit of bezels so they can throw the screen in there. Now, for those of you that that do follow Retro Breeze, my friend Shem is actually working on a little bit of a project to make these go away. So I'm sure he'll have a video out once he perfects that and gets it out. Who knows? Maybe he'll make these go away. I don't know if that was his thing, but he is gonna be making this super flush, which would be super cool for this device because really I don't think you need these. I mean, unless you're really playing I don't even know PS1, it sure you can use them for PSP, but you probably shouldn't be using this device for PSP. The screen might be just really tiny for PSP. which I'll show in a minute. All right, let's check out just a few more games. And I didn't want to have this video be super long. We won't go in order. I'm just going to show you PSP. So because of the aspect ratio on this screen, you could probably, we're not going to play, oh, God of War isn't even on there. That is not God of War. That's something else. All right, so you see how number one, it's stuttering just a little bit, so PSP might have that issue. But number two, you can see the aspect ratio because of PSP being a 16 by 9 console, that you're going to get black bars up. There we go. The buttons were weird. You're going to get black bars up and at the top and the bottom for this device. That guy's outfit matches the color on the device. I mean, it's playable. It only seemed like it was stuttering in the title screen or, at the beginning. I was able to go through the. Oh, that's a weird move. Okay. But yeah, I'm able to play other than playing somebody that I shouldn't have picked this guy. So you can see that the colors, I picked a game that you can definitely see that the screen is really, really nice. It's very vibrant. It looks really, really nice on here. This is a PSP game and it's looking really cool. Even though there's black bars at the top and the bottom, and it's not having any slowdowns other than me just being terrible at this game. Oh, I did a thing. Cool. Yeah, this is a neat. Oh, cool. I killed him. Yay. But look at that. Yeah, see? He's even excited. So I would stick, I might not go as far as maybe God of War. You could try it. Maybe I'll throw it on here for my next video on this device. But yeah, it's playing PSP with really not a lot of problems, so that's pretty cool. Okay, for the last system that I wanted to test, here is Nintendo DS. Now, if you hit the back button, for anybody that's ever used a retro handheld, that's generally where it goes back and forth between the screens. So, as long as you play any game with DS that doesn't necessarily need you to look at the other screen or use a touchscreen because this doesn't have a touchscreen, I think that you'll be, fine. DS looks really nice on here, actually. I mean, look at that screen. I think, yeah, I think the screen is actually pretty nice. Wee! Kitty! Not a kitty. Not a kitty. Oh, sorry, kitty. So, I mean, Okay, wait. Where is it? Steve! Really? I'm not even done with the video yet.
I claimed this for the Empire.
Okay, he's claimed it. So apparently it has Steve's approval. Well, good. I'm glad that you've given it your blessing.
It fits. I can hold it very well.
It fits in his hand. So that's all that he cares about. cool. Okay, anyway, take 2. See the kind of things that I have to deal with around here. But getting back to the handheld, this is cool. I guess maybe it kind of took me by surprise. I'm going to play with it a little bit more. Literally only just turned it on as you saw it and played with it. I think I like the screen. I wish it was a little bit bigger. I understand why it's not. I think the screen is a really nice resolution and it's not too hard on the eyes. So if you can get over like the cramping of putting your hands behind here, you know, and doing one of these kind of things, and you like the look of it, it's a pretty cool device. I think it's unique. Everything's kind of the same, you know, coming out. So getting something like this that looks different, even though it may not play different, it's a little bit of a breath of fresh air. Is it the most perfect handheld? Probably not. I really like the front-facing speaker. It's nice and loud. The cool nostalgic Game Boy look to it, and just to see the inside of it is a neat little thing. If you're a super geek like I am, you'll probably like this. Like I said before, I'm definitely going to have a couple more videos out about this, at least one more where I'm comparing it and I do a little bit more of kind of an in-depth review on this device, and I'll compare it with a couple different handhelds. So definitely subscribe. Click the button down there and subscribe. And Steve says you should subscribe too. Right, Steve?
Sure, yeah. I mean, yes. Subscribe.
Good job, Steve. As always, thanks for watching. Stay awesome, everyone, and go play some games. Can I have it? Can I talk? Can I?
You get to play games all the time. Now it's my turn.
Why couldn't they send me Finn? Finn, like, took off his helmet, and he didn't want to be a stormtrooper anymore.
You know, I can go find somewhere else to...
No, it's okay. No. I love you. You're great. You're fantastic. Steve, the sassy stormtrooper. We're going to start calling him that.